From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather, live at 5.
Fred Gossett here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center on this Wednesday afternoon, live at 5 with your latest forecast update. If you've enjoyed the warm weather here, you really enjoyed it today. We had temperatures up into the mid to upper 70s, even some isolated lower 80s across parts of the area. Muscle Shoals hit 81 degrees today. Nashville officially got to 80, and we've had mid to upper 70s elsewhere. Plenty of sunshine, but clouds are starting to increase, and we'll have a cool front come in that will lower temperatures for the rest of the week. Here's a look at the Arctic Air Skycam network, and you can see it's still a warm afternoon out there. 75 degrees in Lawrenceburg. Clouds are starting to move in and increasing right on schedule here. Dew point is 40, so we still have a pretty dry low-level air mass, and that's why we've been able to heat so efficiently today. South-southwest winds sustained at 10 miles per hour, but it's been gusting as high as 20 miles per hour this afternoon. Slide down to the University of North Alabama in Florence. This is atop Rivers Hall. Looking back southeastward, and it's 74 degrees. Again, the Muscle Shoals Airport this afternoon hit 81, and much of the Shoals metro area was into the upper 70s earlier. 44 is the dew point here with the south-southwest wind currently sustained at it was 9 miles per hour. Now it's switched to due south at 5. Those are live updating conditions on top of the dormitory there on campus. Live Viper radar quiet across the area, but temperatures are overlaid as well. And it is a warm afternoon across the Tennessee Valley, mid to upper 70s here. Clouds are increasing across the area from the northwest. There's been a sprinkle or two with the front, but it being so dry to the north and fizzling out as it comes in leads me to believe that we're not going to see much of any shower activity with this. We still have a 10% chance of a shower after midnight until about 8 a.m., but I'm thinking the vast majority of us stay dry. Just an increase in clouds tonight, and then we'll gradually decrease the clouds as we head into tomorrow afternoon. But this front will bring some cooler temperatures with it. Nothing excessively cold, no Arctic air, but we will lower the temperatures a bit. We'll fall pretty quickly out of the 70s and the 60s into the 50s as we go through the evening, and then into the 40s overnight, but the clouds will slow the rate of cooling. They act as an insulating blanket so that we really don't drop out of the mid to upper 40s for overnight lows here despite cooler air moving in. Again, maybe a stray shower with the front, but it's only about a 10% chance at most. Clearing skies going into tomorrow. Northwest wind bringing in cooler air, so tomorrow we're only into the upper 50s and lower 60s for daytime highs despite all the sunshine out there with our air mass change, and then we're falling back into the 30s as we head into tomorrow night. Likely the upper half of the 30s, however, a bit milder as we head into Friday and Saturday, but then a secondary cool front comes down as we head into Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, that will drop us back to the low to mid 50s for Sunday with partly cloudy skies, and I think we're actually starting in the upper 20s and lower 30s on Sunday morning for morning lows, so we will have a brief period of sub-freezing temperatures during the overnight. No excessively cold weather or anything. And then we start to flip the script again, going as early as Monday as we start to get a southerly flow from the Gulf ahead of a weather system that will eject out of the plains into our area for Tuesday into Wednesday. And we'll talk about that here in just a moment. So for the next few days, we're a little cooler, but still right around seasonable temperatures into the lower 60s here Thursday through Saturday. But that second cool front gets us a bit cooler down into the low to mid 50s for daytime highs, and I think it's going to be a temperature range where the midpoint average Sunday morning is low to mid 30s, but in some of our northern counties, especially north of Highway 64 in Tennessee, there could be some outlying areas as chilly as the upper 20s with some light frost out there. And then we're warming into the 60s as early as Monday, knocking on the door of 70 Tuesday into Wednesday. And that may be associated with an active storm system we'll be watching very carefully. Models are starting to get a bit more consistent with the general idea of what this system will look like. There are some timing differences that will play into exactly how much instability we have for strong thunderstorms. Some of the model data has it coming in Tuesday night into Wednesday morning when the instability would be a little bit lower. Other model data has it a little bit slower than that and coming in Wednesday afternoon into evening, giving us a little bit more daytime heating and more instability. So we'll have to watch it. There is the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms either here or near here in this Tuesday to Wednesday time frame. I can't say for certain it's going to be here in the Tennessee Valley, but if it's not, it will be close by. It's just a question, again, of the timing and how that affects instability. And also, if the moisture can return in the Gulf and then on land fast enough after it kind of gets shunted southward into the Caribbean over the weekend with that secondary cold front coming through. Those things all give a feedback mechanism that's important. So even though that's happening here Saturday and Sunday with the cold front coming in, that actually affects what happens with the moisture return for the Tuesday and the Wednesday system. And we just can't diagnose that just yet. So the general idea, the general message we have is don't be upset, don't be alarmed by it. Don't be scared by it, but just pay attention as we update the forecast over the next few days. It's probably going to be a couple more days before we do have a good handle on just how fast the moisture will return northward and the exact timing of the system and how that plays into the instability. Know that at some point between Tuesday night and Wednesday night, in that general time frame with some waffling around, there is the potential for strong to severe storms either here or near here, and we'll be figuring out the details as we get closer. And like we said yesterday, we're heading into the time of year, the spring part of the tornado season, where this is the most natural thing in the world to happen. It's nothing to be scared of, but even if this system didn't exist on the board for next week, it's still the time of year where you have to be prepared, because if this system wasn't on the board, there would eventually be some coming through, and we need to be ready for it. But it's nothing that we don't face every single year. 40s for tonight as the front moves into the area, mid-40s across southern middle Tennessee with increasing clouds tonight. Again, 10% chance of a stray sprinkle or shower. More of the same in northwest Alabama, mid to upper 40s here. Maybe a few locations south of the Tennessee River, staying a little bit closer to 50 degrees. 7-day forecast from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center looks like this. We're starting with a little bit of a cool down for Thursday, back to the lower 60s versus what we've had today and yesterday, but nothing really cold by any means. Mostly cloudy in the morning, becoming sunny as we head into the midday in the afternoon. And then we're still staying in the lower 60s Friday and Saturday, but by Saturday night and Sunday morning, we'll have that second cold front coming in. So we're back to the lower half of the 50s briefly for Sunday. We switched that around on Monday. Slight chance of a shower here Monday into Monday night as we get back towards 60 in the afternoon. And then we'll be watching that Tuesday night into Wednesday time frame for, again, some potential for strong to severe thunderstorms somewhere in the southeast, whether it's here in the Tennessee Valley or it's just close by. We can't answer that yet, but we'll be watching that carefully. There's look your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock for another check of your local weather.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.